Tell you guys enough how much of a sigh of relief I had when this scene happened. It was just so incredibly frustrating. So the blind guy, don't remember his name, sorry. But I know Nuru's name for different types of reasons. You know, Nuru right here, she tackled him. Because she knows that he's just throwing his life away for something that isn't real. You know, he thought his other apprentice died with regrets and shit when he didn't. All right. And even if he did, it's like, bro, you're not gonna throw your life away for something you honestly don't really know. You know, it's not like he was actually there at his death to know exactly if he actually died with regret. And that's what made this such a shoot. See, look, I was itchy as fuck just watching this scene. I'm like, fuck. Because prior to this, you know, the blind dude was telling Nuru to run away, to save herself, go join the others. And that's exactly what made him, you know, go over the edge and want to just throw his life away. Well, not necessarily throw it away, but, you know, kill the Tencent using his life. You know, obviously that would be a great service for everyone else, you know, because they're very dangerous, they're very powerful. They can't be allowed to live. But that goes without saying. You know, look at this scene. Obviously, he didn't really need to go all out and, you know, end up pretty much, you know, self-deleting himself because of the Tencent absorbing his chi while he's trying to kill their core. So it was just such a huge sigh of relief to in this scene that Nuru came and saved his fucking life. Because, like I said, he was asking Nuru to do the same thing he did, which is run away, save himself. While that is the right decision isn't always the easiest one to make. And that's why this was really, really burdening the fuck out of him. Because he always has to be the cool, calm, and collected one. So you can see here, let's go back. He was telling her to run away. Let's see if this. So right here, this is when she tackles him. You know, doesn't want him to die. So yeah, you can see the vines were going into his skin and like absorbing his towel. So yeah, this is the other lad that died. That he thought died with regret, but he didn't. He died with a smile on his face. You know when you're in the military, army, or you're fighting in battle for your family and shit, we go out. We want to be, you know, we want to go out badass. You know what I'm saying? For a guy, I mean, I'm not saying we wish to like perish or anything like that. No, hell no. But if it's for like the greater good for our family, for them to see another life, and we don't see another exit, we don't see another possibility other than, you know, giving our life up, just like Jesus. You know, he gave his life up for everyone. We follow that example per se, but not with regret or anything. We do it with sheer just fucking love and appreciation and wanting to see others survive, live their life, and sacrificing ours. That's how it works. Not this type of bullshit where he's like, oh, I need to avenge him. He was swelling right. You know, that's just fucking bullshit. You know, whenever you do something, you shouldn't do it out of revenge or malice or feeling bad or wanting to, make yourself feel better. Like, you go out because you want to do, you want to see others prosper. Okay, not this revenge shit. That's what really was frustrating me. So and like I said, the other thing that was frustrating me is that he wanted her to do the same thing he was doing. Run away. Make her feel regretful. Nah, man, you shouldn't feel any of that. You shouldn't. If you're going to do something, do it with a heart, with a strong will. But no, he was doing this, like, bro, he didn't have to do all this. So him self-sacrificing himself wasn't necessary. That's what's frustrating as fuck. No, he's self-sacrificing for the wrong reasons and unnecessary. Imagine not having to self-sacrifice yourself, but do it anyways. It's like, what the fuck, man? That's what's hard. That's what really just grinds my gears. So when Nurul ran out right here, And then obviously she was going through like, you know, flashbacks. She was like, damn, he's just like me. He ran away like a little bitch and have regrets. Obviously she was like, fuck that, I'm going back, I'm saving my sensei. And yeah, so you can see here the vines were like sucking out all his blood and shit, sucking out his Tao, his life force. So yeah, that, oh, I'm just so happy right now that he didn't have to die for no fucking good reason. You know what I'm saying? And Nero put him in his place, tackled him, was like, bro, we're not doing this. We're not fucking doing this. No, you got to save people like that. You know, they're sacrificing themselves at the wrong time with the wrong, how do I say this? Wrong time, wrong emotions, wrong ambitions. You just got it all wrong, man. You don't have to self-sacrifice yourself. When the time actually comes where there is no choice but to self-sacrifice, then okay, I get it. Just like his apprentice did it, he was like, there was no other way. There was no other option. It was, I self-sacrifice or everyone else, including me, is out. You're out of the game. So that's what real self-sacrifice is about. It is, you have no other choice to save the masses. You know, that's just it. That's just it.